guys, welcome to April Antoinette Glam, where beauty, fragrance, and fashion reign supreme. Now, I want you to become a part of my glam tribe, so go ahead and click the subscribe button, and also click the notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads. Now, today we are going to get into this makeup look. We have a lot of gold and fuchsia going on with this look. Yeah, I know we're doing some more pink, but come on. You can't live without pink. Pink is my favorite color. Now, let's not do all this chatter. Let's get to what matters. Let's get into this makeup. What we'll be using today is from Juvia's Place. This is the Masquerade Mini Palette. Such beautiful colors here, but we're going to stay in this color scheme. We're going to work with these colors. I might use these for the inner corner highlight, but mainly this portion of the palette. So I want to start by placing Burkina in my crease, and this brush is a J115 blender brush from Juvia's Place. And Burkina we're just going to lightly put in our crease. As you can see, I started with my eyebrows per usual. I did clean up and I put on a base. I used my same old paint pot, but just in a different color. I used Indian wood today, and that's a gold toned base. Underneath that, and with the same brush, I'm going to use Zulu, which is a more rich, redder toned brown. And I'm gonna start on the outer corner and then sweep it in. Tighter packed brush. I'm using the Juvia's Place J117 precision brush. I'm going to go in with Ada, which is a lot more red, and we're going to go directly over that last color. It just punches it up a little bit. The difference in vibrancy from this side versus this side has all three colors in it. This just has the two. So it is a very subtle change, but definitely working that color on the bottom half of my eye, but just the outer corner, because I want all of this to be cohesive when it wings out. My finger, I'm going to go in with Casablanca, and that's going to be my lid color. And I'm just going to press this into my lid. And my finger does the blending for me. For a smudgy brown liner effect, I'm using my Anastasia Dip Brow pomade. This is a brow product, but it's super dark brown, and it's in the color Ebony, and I'm going to use that as my liner on my top lash line today. And I'm just using this smudger brush from Juvia's Place. This is the Turquoise line. I will have a link to all the brushes in the description bar. I don't make a commission off of these, but these are the ones that I love. And we're just going to keep on smudging it into the lash line until it gives us our desired effect, which is a smoky liner. To smudge it out even more, I'm going to use the same brush. I just wiped it off, and I'm going to use the brown in the palette, Fulani, and I'm just going to press that right on top of that gel liner. It just softens that line and makes it look a lot more smoky. I'm going to do a little bit of under eye cleanup, and then we'll get my CoverGirl True Blend Base Business Primer. And that is going to be my primer for today. And I'm just taking it on a liquid primer brush from Juvia's Place. And I'm going to smooth this on everywhere. Going with my Infallible 24-hour fresh wear Loreal foundation, and this is in the color 510. This is a 24-hour wear, they claim, but I just like that it is a breathable coverage. It does give me full coverage like I like, and it is mattifying, but it is breathable at the same time. And I'm using the Juvia's Place foundation brush. It's just the angle foundation brush, and I am going to stipple this on. Now, I look quite white because of my sunscreen, but this is taking me back to the color that I need to be. And don't forget the neck. So now I'm going to use my Infallible Full Wear More Than Concealer L'Oreal Paris Concealer. I have it in two colors. I have it in 405, which is Toffee, and then I have 385, which is Caramel. I'm going to go in with the Toffee first, and this is going to be my color correcting shade. So I'm going to concentrate that right here. And the same on the other side. And I am going to blend this in with, I'm going to use my E.L.F sponge, my trusty dusty E.L.F sponge that I always use to blend this out. I don't like blending out my concealer with brushes, so I had to get it and switch up to my sponge. Color does offer quite a bit of coverage and quite a bit of lightness, but you know, I want to go the extra mile. I want a little bit more brightness. It's just my particular aesthetic when it comes to makeup. So I'm going to go in with my second color, and this one is Toffee. Was it Toffee? Actually, no. I'm going in with Amber 385, which is lighter. So this one, I concentrated in that little dip under my eyes, and I bring it down. And this one is also going to go in the center of my nose and in the center of my forehead. Now we're going to let that sit while we're using the same exact concealer, just in a deeper color. And this is 420 Cocoa. And a little bit of this for contour goes a long way. So I try not to overdo it when it comes to contour. I'm going to do a few dots here on the sides of my cheeks, a few dots here, and then a few dots around the perimeter of my hairline. And I'm just kind of connecting the dots now. Blend that out. I'm going to use a Juvias Place flat buffer brush. That's number J103. I'm going to start at the perimeter of my forehead, and I'm just going to press this in. It's good that I have this barrier here, because just imagine all of that would be in my hairline if I didn't have that thing there. And just blend, blend, blend. Now with my same E.L.F sponge, I am going to blend in that brighter concealer, stopping shy of my contour because I don't want them to mix together. So you want to kind of be careful and take your time with this. And if you do make a little mistake, use the other side and just blend them together. Ultimately, you would do this anyway because you want everything to be married. You see how that creates that nice blend there? And we're just going to proceed to do it everywhere else. Small concealer brush, I am going to take Toffee, just a teeny bit on the back of my hand, and I am just going to clean up that wing to make it a little bit more sharp. And I'm just going directly against it. And then you can blend that out with your sponge. Now it's time to not sweat it and set it, honey. We're going to set under this eye with this Matte Ambition powder from CoverGirl. It is a pressed powder in a lighter color. I am going to use my, I think these are not the Eco Tools. Let me think about who makes these sponges really quick. Real Techniques. That's who makes them. Real Technique sponge. And it is just a dry sponge. You could use a wedge sponge. I just had this one handy, so that's the reason I picked this one up. But I am setting under my eye with this powder. And we're actually going to go in the middle of our forehead with it. And down the center of the nose. We are going to use that same powder, the Matte Ambition powder from CoverGirl. It's a part of the Full Spectrum line. And we are going to set our contour with a deeper color. And this deeper color is Deep Cool number 2. I'm just going to use a Juvias Place powder brush to do so. and I'm tapping it on and pressing it in. We just want to go on all the places that we previously contoured. Forget the nose. I didn't want it to be too aggressive on the nose, so I didn't use the concealer to contour first, but I am going to use the same powder, and I'm putting it on a smudger brush. This is a Juvia's Place 109, J109, and I am going to start at my eyebrow and bring it down. Gonna place our baking powder. Now this step is optional, completely optional. I put it there to keep this area bright once I'm doing my bottom lash line, and it also helps to absorb any excess oil that I have around my nose area. I know I do a lot of prep for oil control, but this is just like that extra layer of security, you know what I mean? So I am gonna place that with that Real Techniques sponge. Sometimes I speak a little bit too fast and trip myself up. Gotta slow it down some. And I'm gonna place some a little bit in the center of my nose and just a little bit on my forehead in between my eyebrows, because I sweat there and get shiny there first. And it's okay if you get it in the brows because we will clean those up at the end. So that's just gonna sit there while we do our bottom lash line. My dress, and I keep going back and forth with this in my head, so I think I am going to do it. I am going to take this purple color, and it is called Zobo, and I am going to take that on my bottom lash line. I'm using that same smudger brush that I used earlier to smudge out my liner, and I am just going to press this into the bottom lash line, and it's a touch of fuchsia. Totally inspired by my dress. I didn't plan to do this, but now we're doing it. Really like that pop of color on the bottom lash line, and I went all the way in with it. But I am going to put something in this area, so if you don't go all the way in with it, precision brush, and I am going to go in with a little teeny bit of Zulu and just smudge this out just a little bit, not too much, because I don't want it to come down too far. And last but not least, I am going to use Giza, and I am going to take it on a definer brush. This is a J111 by Juvia's Place, and I am going to press that into my inner tear duct. I'm going to put a little bit on the bottom, so we just want it to kind of basically wrap from the top to the bottom. So I like how bright that is. I want to put a little bit of Dahlia right over that, and it's just the more tamed inner corner highlight, so I'm just going to press that right over that. Yeah, I like the way that looks. I'm going to take some AliExpress lashes. They have no name, but they do have a number. They're number 35. I'm going to put those on, and we will be back to finish this. Set the rest of our face with our Maybelline Fit Me Deep Loose Powder. And I just shake a little bit out. And I'm going to use the other end of that Real Techniques sponge, the flat side, and I'm just going to press this everywhere I didn't set before. You can do this portion with a brush, a sponge, a powder puff, whatever you deem fit. As long as you're doing that pressing motion, you're getting the benefit from this loose powder. Blush. We're going to use the Fumi palette by Juvia's Place, and I'm going to use this bright pink here, and that one is called 7, and I'm using a Juvia's Place tapered contour brush. And make sure you don't go overboard with that. See how much that comes out? I do like aggressive blush, but I don't want it to overpower the rest of this look. In the same palette, I'm going to use this color mixed with a teeny bit of that color as my highlight. That's FDV approved in Glam. And I'm using a Juvias Place highlighter brush. And I just want to make sure I take a little bit of that off because I definitely don't want this to be aggressive. And we're going to go on the highest points of our face and our Cupid's bow, like right above our lip. And I'm literally doing like 2 pats, 1 pat in each color. Now we're gonna finish this off with a nice nude, pinky nude type of lip. So I am going to line my lips with, this is the Kiss Luxury Lip Liner in Roasted Coffee. It is my favorite lip liner. I could use this with almost anything, at any time, anywhere, any day. It's my fave. And it's only $2.50. Use this liquid lipstick by Queen. The color is called Wifey. So it is a pinky color, but it's like a rosy pink. I'm just going to fill in my complete lip with this. On top of all of that, I am going to put on Dose of Colors Don't Be Shy, which is a nude gloss. Dose of Colors makes my favorite glosses. This is like my one splurge item throughout this whole tutorial. Finishing touch, my setting spray. As always, I'm using my CoverGirl Outlast Active Cooling Setting Mist All Day Wear. And I just spray it, shake it up, and then actually spray it. You think we got enough? I think we got enough. Today's fragrance pairing is going to be from Elie Saab. I love this house. So this one is Elie Saab Le Parfum Royal. I absolutely am obsessed with this one. Now let's get into the notes. She has orange blossom, patchouli. She has rose, neroli, sandalwood, amber, and vanilla. This is a very bold, powerful, very feminine fragrance. Definitely pick up on the orange blossom. So that's the head note. I definitely smell that like off the top, but then it dries down to a nice ambery, rich vanilla sandalwood mixture, and I absolutely love this. The sillage on this is extremely long. Now, sillage, I will put a description of what sillage means right here. And the best way for me to describe this fragrance would be elegant, regal, rich, and the epitome of sophistication. It does have that orange blossom note, but it doesn't dry down to like a bitter orangey note. It kind of stays on the skin, and the patchouli comes through when it dries down to that skin scent. So I smell more of the patchouli, the amber, a little bit of the vanilla. It does start off with that orange vibe though, but it's not overpowering. I absolutely love it. This is like definitely an elegant fragrance. I am obsessed with it, and that's why I chose to pair it with this particular look, this ultra feminine look with an ultra feminine and elegant fragrance. A pair made in heaven. Here we have the completed look. I love this Glam. It does have golds, it has pinks, it has rosy tones, it has fuchsia, it has everything you could want in a makeup look. Hopefully you guys like this. Hopefully you leave some comments. I will list everything that I use in the description box below. If I have a link for anything, I will provide that as well. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Until next time.